Oh chat, I'm having issues with the camera, so we'll see if it tweaks out. I guess we'll see. What up, what up, what up? How's everyone doing? Look at that, chat. Sweeping previous week low. Just want to say, we called this candle last week. We predicted this a week before. Sweep a previous week low. If we're gonna go higher, that's the only way we can go higher now. We're still in a consolidation here, but it's starting to look like it's getting ready for a leg up. I leg upside, I'm bullish biased. We flipped over the 4-hour Cibby on NQ. One hour looks choppy. Just really tough markets lately, honestly. Can have right direction, but when the delivery's not there, and New York just hasn't been offering opportunity. That's really what it comes down to. You'll hear everyone say the same thing because it's true. Everyone is complaining about New York because New York is bad right now. Good pop. We could try to, it looks like NQ's leading. We could try to play longs into the highs. $10K likes by the end of the stream. Facts. 10K likes by the end of the stream. Otherwise, I'm quitting. I like longs over this 15-minute gap. ES looks weaker. NQ looks like it's leading upside. 4-hour has flipped order flow. What up, Zaki? Recession proof. What up, Charmaine? What up? There's some icon on my camera right now, so if it turns off, I don't know. I have to switch to the webcam. All right. Nice. Great. Every day. It never ends. Chat, I'm dropping a YouTube video after this stream. We got a banger YouTube video coming out. I'm gonna start doing the long form again, putting out a lot of knowledge and value in a really solid long form format. Hopefully once a week, maybe one every other week. But video dropping today. That'll come out after the stream, probably sometime around noon. Noon 1, around then. The video is basically going to be on inversions. So I think most people use inversions wrong. Like everyone that uses inversions I see is on some like dodgy stuff, and they're like, oh, data highs. Okay, inversion right here. And then they take out this high, and then they just jam break even. Oh, no break even. The trade moves like 2 ticks in their favor, and they're break even. So basically the video is talking about why I think most people use inversions are wrong. But it's also just fundamentally understanding gaps and inversions and why they work in tandem. Like fair value to me includes inversions, because inversions are failure of fair value. Right? When we fail to respect the gap at an internal, like this is literally, like I'll show you an example. I don't know why my charts are just dead. I can't do replay. When we flip this 4-hour gap of this internal range, right, this 4-hour internal, we then fail to offer fair value on the 4-hour. But that's what you want to see out of this weekly gap. That's what we're anticipating. So this is why I say you need to use them in context. In that case, we'd actually expect that 4-hour to fail and fail fair value. Same thing here. Like I would expect this 15-minute to fail to offer fair value, flip to the upside, then we can play London highs, and then from there, once you understand that narrative, then you can drop into the lower time frame to try and play some form of inversion into the draw. I think 15-minute SIBI flip can be the play. Yeah, exactly. But it's got to get over that, otherwise it's sitting in this range. Whereas most of the inversion traders probably just trade this trash and then wonder why they have a 40% win rate, 30% win rate. The nuance really matters. Context really matters. Understanding the state of price and the intention of price really matters. I think we could go lower. We'll see. I mean, it's just chop right now. I don't really see where we would go for. I don't really agree, honestly. If we go lower, it's like just a retracement. You know what I mean? If we do go lower, it'd be like to here maybe. But I guess it depends on what you mean by lower. If you mean we could retrace a little bit more, I agree with that. Yeah, then I agree with you. I don't think we're going like, yeah, retracement to go higher. I agree. Yeah, I'm seeing the same. I just don't think we're not gonna come down here. I think this is low. The low's in. This right here should be the low of week. And when it is, just know that we called this candle a week ago, about a week ago. Bro, I'm cringy as hell. I just do it for the stream, not gonna lie. I'm just mad at the people. 15-minute internal, nice wick down. There's bearish SMT on ES. ES is definitely weaker. NQ stronger. There's a 4-hour bullish gap, yeah, right here. There's a small one on the S&P. Yeah. My friends in the fantasy football chat are talking shit to each other right now. They're all talking smack to each other. What up, eyesight? If we come lower, it's just this, chat. If we come lower, it's just that. Ooh. I just don't want to get chopped up, man. It's every damn New York session is the same, and I don't want to get chopped up on this. Bro, like, what am I looking at? It's every day. And I say this every day. I know it's a broken record. I just get on here, we chat shit, and then I complain about Chop. That's literally what we do. That's literally what we've done. All of August, chat. That's all of August. Like, literally, that was what we did the whole August. And then I gave you guys accounts. Like, that's literally what it. We get on here, we make jokes, take a couple break evens, complain about the Chop, give away some accounts. Obviously, better months are coming. In all seriousness, better markets are coming. When we're on an extended period of Chop like this, generally you'll start to see a nice impulsive move out. It's just that, you know what the thing is too, is like on the higher time frame we've kind of moved. Look, you know what I mean? Like, this 4 hour moves. It's just through New York. No, not through New York. Better than last month? Yeah, I would say it's better than last month. That's true. July was really bad. I would say it's definitely better than July. This is pure range, so there's nothing for us to do at the moment. If we flip over this 15 and see upside and actually sustain over this high, then I would be more inclined to on a long. Shorts could make sense on retracement. If you're gonna short, I would recommend shorting the S&P. But kind of hard to want to short this price action here. Yesterday had a decent long, but it was in pure chop again, man. We tried longing here, or I tried longing here. I was on stream yesterday. I took a break even. You guys want to see my long yesterday? Is same logic. We swept out previous week low. I'm not taking a trade right now, so I can go through this. We swept out previous week low, and then like I told you guys for a week now, and in Discord, if we're gonna go higher, it's our last chance is this previous candle sweep. And so when we closed low like this last week on Friday, and we weren't following through up on that same candle delivery, I was like, all right, we need to sweep previous candle low, then we'll go. That's like the only way. Then we had this crazy bearish open, and I was telling you guys, we either sweep previous week low here in respect and sweep higher, or we just, it's fair value failure. Like we flipped this weekly. There's the only two options. And so I was expecting buys here. We had 1 hour consolidation range, slept out previous week low. I longed down here. Oh yeah, I longed this. Along that, something like that. And then I played break even as pretty tight break even into these 5-minute gaps. To me, if we're gonna go lower like this, to me at minimum that was a retracement up off the previous week low, causing a retracement into the leg, and then I break even to this 5-minute civvy on NQ. We hadn't formed the 15 yet, so my break even level was just this black line right here. So at least we're like getting fall through on retracement, comes into that, and then we got break even on that candle. And then it just consolidated. I think it would have hit stop. I'm pretty sure it would have hit stop. Let me see. Oh, maybe it didn't. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much we chopped yesterday. Oh no, it didn't hit stop. I don't think, unless I had a tighter stop. Wow, look at that. Nice. Beautiful. But yeah, so then we played that up. This inversion was something I was looking at, but it's hard to play this in the consolidation. Look at the 15-minute, you know what I mean? It's hard to play that out. I kind of want to stay off that kind of stuff. And then I think there was a one. Yeah, this is the other nuance. That 5-minute inversion was in a consolidation, and then the NQ was in a retracement into the 1 hour CB. So it's like that's a hard spot to long. Into a bearish 1 hour gap in a consolidation, that's definitely a lower probability long. But I ultimately was expecting that to hold because of the previous week low sweep. See? We know what we're talking about, chat. We know what we're talking about. That's why I don't give a flip what ICT said. Because I got screen time, bro. I got screen time and data. And I know what I need. And I certainly don't need to hear what ICT says. But not in all seriousness, when you have conviction in what you're doing, you have data and you have screen time, everything is noise. And that's not from like a egotistical perspective. It's just I know what I'm looking for, I know what I need. And so there's not much that serves my trading that will add, you know what I mean? I'm obviously still an open-minded person. I'm open to hearing things, but there's not much that's gonna serve me right now other than staying locked in, sleeping well, eating well. Journaling will always serve me. Data will always serve me. My own data, no one else's. And yeah. What was the other thing I was gonna say? July and August have been terrible. That's all it is. Like it truly is just bad price delivery. Because you can see even in the stream chat, like we consistently call price. Consistently. Like I wish we could get a numeric or a statistic on what our accuracy is of bias and direction, especially on the higher time frame. Because we're money. Like it's every day. We're able to, you know, be on side bias. Look. It's every day. But it's just delivery. How are you playing this? You know what I mean? It's hard to play this right now. We just consolidate in these ranges and then it'll make this little move up, and then it's just like I don't know how you would get involved in this unless you play a little 1 minute flip. It's like exactly what I said, you know, you shouldn't be doing. It's just playing a 1 minute inversion without any understanding. But there's the flip over the 15. If we sustain through London highs, then we can maybe keep playing up. If we sustain through London highs, then it would be here, it'd be here. And is there a daily swing? There isn't a daily swing, but I would like to reach into PDH at minimum. So black line. Next black line is PDH. That'd be draw for me. If we can body through this London high, I'll long. I play long. Expecting to tag daily civvy. Yeah, exactly. This should be. I mean, I don't think we'll see daily civvy today. You know what I mean? I don't think that this retraces into daily gap today, but it should start to make a move for it. And then ultimately, I expect that daily gap to fail. I don't expect that daily gap to hold because we have a weekly gap that takes higher precedence. It's exactly what I talk about in the video today on YouTube that I'm about to post. Because when you're trading inversions or any entry model at that, right, I specified it down to inversions, but it really is applicable to any entry model that's change in state, off, you know, order flip, breakers, unicorns, whatever. It has to be in context of the higher time frame. So a lot of people will try to play gaps out of context without proper understanding of the intention of the higher time frame, and then wonder why the entry model doesn't work. Well, the entry model doesn't work because you're using like a pattern. Like it is a pattern. Like, let's be real. It's an inversion or a fair value gap is a pattern. It's a price signature that we're looking for. But what gives it edge isn't the fact that it's a gap or an inversion. What gives it edge is the proper understanding from the top down of what we're doing, right? Aligning with order flow, aligning with other market participants from the top down, understanding market structure from the top down. Those things add the edge. That's why I say nuances matter. And look at this bullshit, bro. I have no words. I don't even feel like complaining anymore. At this point, you guys know what it is. I don't need to say anything. I mean, it's just cursed. I tweeted yesterday, and everyone liked the tweet, so I know that it was relatable. What did I say? I know everyone's feeling the same pain because of how they like that tweet. I said New York session's actually cursed. Prayers for all the fallen warriors in Nasdaqistan the last few weeks. Better days are coming. Tons of people commented, so I know you guys are feeling the same way. I mean, there's just no touching. It's like if you touch this, you call the number. You know what I mean? You might as well go play slots. You might as well go to the casino. You can have the right bias, but when you're entering in this type of price delivery, you're just gambling because you have no idea whether this will hit your stop or not. Like, it's just consolidating. That London high probably will sweep out knowing price right now. Move here, trade London. Hell nah. I'm a fan of New York. New York is consistently good. This is why it's trading so funny, because the last 2 months are really just variance, meaning a small sample size when you zoom out. And when we look at another 12 months, another 24 months, another 48 months, you'll see how much, you know, more consistently New York is better than the other sessions. But just in the short term, the last 2 months, everything's been better than New York. But that's variance. I'm a New York trader. It fits my health. It fits my, you know, sleep schedule. I tried to trade Asia. I don't like it. Not because I can't or because of price delivery, but because I don't want to be up managing trades through the night. There's times when I'll take a trade. You know how Asia is. Like, sometimes Asia will set the low of the day and we just trend through Asia. And when I catch those trades, I'm up holding, trailing my stop through the night. I don't want to be in trades like that. If I had to sacrifice my sleeper health for trading, I wouldn't do it. Like, obviously there is sacrifices you have to make, and I did make a lot of sacrifices in the beginning. Lots of screen time. Eye strain, like, hurts. Like, I still get eye strain. Social life, not going out a lot, being indoors a ton, looking at charts, learning, showing up every day, not socializing because I'm just grinding this away. Chat, like, when I go out, my friends literally tell me, they're like, hey bro, thanks for coming out, you should do this more. Like, I had my buddy Riley say that to me, like, this socializing thing, you should do this more. And I'm like, dang, I really don't. But that's kind of what it takes to get the proper level of understanding of price, in my opinion. But anyone with eyes can see that this is trash. So if you guys trade this, call the number. If you're trading right now, you got some psychological work to do with your trading, because there's nothing here. There's just nothing being provided. So if you got risk on right now, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't approve. I don't approve of being risk on in this environment until we make a move. The fact that that just wicked down like this is absolutely diabolical and disgusting. This just unreal. If this comes down and retraces deeper, that was diabolical. Look at the lending eye, bro. If we come down here, then it's retracement of the 4 hour, and it's also it's a new 10 a.m. candle, so there's a chance that we just stink shallow into this 10 a.m. candle. It sets that up, we retrace and bounce off that. That's probably what'll happen. We'll retrace here, we'll set up the 4 hour gaps. Yeah, exactly how we'll set up this 4 hour gap and then bounce off that. But the fact that we just wicked that London high like that is I mean, I think this is the worst span of New York I've seen in a while. Like, a while. Because July was terrible, but I don't know if it was this consistently bad. Like, there was like a decent day sprinkled in. July was like the first month I closed red in like a while. That's how you know price has been bad. I'm not saying you can't close red on a month. It's going to happen occasionally, but it's not the ideal scenario. Generally, we're playing enough, you know, high frequency. We're taking enough trades to be closing green. But the last 2 months have been slow, chat. I feel like the only people thriving right now would be scalps, like really, really high frequency scalps. Because no one that trades intraday or swings is getting any movement. Swing traders are probably staying cash. Intraday traders are probably getting chopped up, a lot of break evens. Most of them are probably red and not saying anything. And then scalp traders might be eating right now because of this mean reversion type stuff. Like this type. If they scalp this, then they're probably eating because that's what they've been getting every session. This is a problem. Like, we'll be right on direction and bias. Like yesterday's trade is a perfect example of the last couple months of price. Correct bias, correct direction, correct analysis, good TA, chops, fall through, takes us out break even, goes. Break even, goes to TP. Yeah, I said TP that time. Let's go. I'm learning. Yeah, this will set up the 4-hour gap then. 2 minutes on this 4-hour Bissy. Watch these 4-hour gaps to be respected by price. I want to see price stick into this, then we flip up. But again, I don't really want to be trading in this consolidation. MMBA, the fact that you're in a trade right now is crazy. S&C off these highs, absolute diabolical wick up, and then it just flips back down. This low should hold though, chat. We should not see price breach this low. I wouldn't be looking to target sell side on the 4-hour. I wouldn't be looking down here. You're just viewing this as retracement of this 4-hour leg. At least if you subscribe to the way that I view price and what I teach, then you'll understand, you know, we're sweeping previous week low on the weekly. We should be respecting this weekly gap ideally and fall through to the upside now. So we want to see this 4-hour low hold, be protected, and then this just be retracement of that leg on the 4-hour. And if what I just said makes 0 sense to you, you got to study more. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm just saying you got to study what we talk about more, because this is textbook. Alright, we'll tag 4-hour internal now. Retracement of the 4-hour, and then ideally we'll bounce off those lows. Here's our retracement phase of the 4-hour. Nightbot just ran. Hold on, we not letting that slide. We not letting that slide. Do small bissies count? There's a low one on the 15-minute time frame formed at 4:15. I don't really look left like this. For me, I'm really seeing this as just retracement of the 4-hour. To me, it's not as. I'm in a trade. I'm experimenting with bookmap. Interesting. Like looking left over here to me just isn't relevant to the context of price. It's just 4-hour retracement. That's just how I view price. There's our retracement, and we hit the gap. Boom. Black line is just draw. A lot of times, chat, when you see me put up this black line going forward, just so you guys know, this black line, when I go and I throw up a black line on the chart, it's just immediate draw. So what I mean by that is where I expect price to draw in the short term. So like right now, the immediate draw was that 4 hour. Now, ideally, we see this act as immediate draw. I'll go ahead and mark these out so they're not confusing you. I'll just do one at a time. This is liquidity. So then my immediate draw would become this. Ideally, on the 4 hour, I mean. So when we mark out the black lines, that'll be immediate draws. I want to see us reach for these equal highs now. It's just tough to want a long in this. That's the problem. That is the problem. I do like upside though. I think that we bounce here. Nightbot timer every 30 minutes. Nah, it's gotta be less than that. Every 15 minutes. Chat, do it, Nightbot. I said, join the Discord if you guys aren't in it. I can't speak. If you guys aren't already in it, join the Discord. We're still going. We're still going. Where are we gonna bounce from? It should bounce at any point. I wouldn't be trying to short down here personally. Took my 2R, I'm done. Nice. I'm not trading this. Maybe we want more discounted for value gap. Yeah, we could maybe trade towards more discount with this range. Oops, need to mark it the other way. I think I'd be marking it low to high. So then this should be reversed. I mean, I barely use fibs. Doesn't really matter. But when I do mark out discount premium, I'll be marking it low to high, so it should be like, yeah, it should be like that. Close to discount. Discount of this range. What the flip? Honestly, I'd take this low. I really don't be worrying about discount premium because I use fair value. It's like the same thing. We should see those equal highs get reached for. Ideally in this session for real. Yo, did ES actually take out London? I have to sneeze. Ah. Bless me, chat. Okay, I need to blow my nose. Hold on. We're back. What up? All right. Let's see. London Killzone ends at 5. What is my thing marked at? I don't use Killzone. I use the full session. London session runs till 8:30. London Killzone's 2 to 5, but I don't use the Killzones on my session liquidity. Because what I'm doing when I mark session liquidity is I'm taking the extremes of every full session. ICT said this, dude, bro. ICT said Killzones. I do believe in Killzones. You know, you want to be executing in areas where there's high volatility, where there's a lot of market participants, but my settings are this. Because I'm taking the full session. To me, 8:30 starts at pre-market open. Or, to me, New York starts at like pre-market open. London starts, so London goes from like 2 to 8:30. Pre-market 8:30, then 9:30 equities open. You better listen to ICT. Bro, he said nothing about session liquidity. He said execute within kill zones, which I agree with. I agree with that. My data says the same thing. I want to be executing at times when there's a lot of people in the market. I mean, that's common sense though, but he doesn't say anything about session liquidity. That's just kill zones. Kill zones are, you know, areas of time when people are involved. Because if I'm charting kill zone highs and lows, yeah, but what if we set a high and a low outside of the kill zone, bro? We don't have to set a high and low of a session within a kill zone. That's the whole reason I don't do that. If I'm charting London using 2 to 5, we set the session high at 5:45, which means my session high is going to be lower than the true session high of that session. My session high would be this, which makes no sense because this is still London kill zone. I mean, this is still London session. I mean, see what I mean? So if I'm just, it's like I'm cutting off session extremes for no reason. This is the true high of London. London high hasn't been swept in my opinion. So I'll basically be cutting off this high just to put it at 5 because it's a kill zone. It doesn't make sense. I want the range extremes of the sessions. That's discount now. I think it just tagged discount. I'll play longs when we put in structure, but until then I'm good. What's the real London low? My London starts at 2. So if it's 2 to 5, that would be your London low too, bro. 4 a.m. $2921. How, bro? What are y'all settings, man? What are y'all settings? I'm looking at NQ. Yeah, 4 a.m. is my low as well on NQ. Why 3 a.m.? Why would this be your London low? S7, why would this be your London low? I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Would you want this 5-minute ifvg or is this lower one enough? That's a good question. I want to see probably the upper to play longs, because then we'll have enough structure. This feels a lot riskier of a long on this lower gap. I'd prefer to see either this upper fair value gap flip or, you know, play some type of structure over that continuation and then go like that. So either you play the inversion here up in this leg, or you wait for the retracement of that and then you play this continuation. That's really what I'd be looking for, because we had too deep of a retracement here into the 4-hour. It's kind of like this isn't an area where I'd want to just drop in and play a 1-minute flip, which kind of, that's effectively what you're doing when you even just play this little 5-minute gap. Everyone in the loop says it's 3 a.m. and not 2 a.m. Apparently the data backs it up. I mean, send me the data. I'm down to look. Like I said, I'm not closed-minded, especially with stuff like that. Like when it comes to just like indicator settings or things like that, I'm open to, you know what I mean? Send me the data. I'm open to looking at that. I thought London starts at 2 a.m. I'm a sheep, bro. I don't have that. You just said everyone in the loop says apparently the data backs it up. Apparently the data backs it up, followed by I don't have data. Crazy. That's a crazy sequence of comments. Apparently, I've never been on live television before. We need to impeach MMBA. What do you mean? MMBA, I have the power to impeach you at any moment. Do you understand that? I have the power to send you into the shadow realm at any moment with the snap of my finger. I'll send you into the Minecraft Ender realm. Bro, I just drank the matcha and then felt this in the matcha as I drank it. That's disgusting. But this isn't anything bad. It's just a whisk. It's not focusing. It's the whisk. This is the thing you use to make the matcha. Like the piece of the whisk broke. Nice. Who are we banning to the Shadow Realm? I just said I can ban MMBA to the Shadow Realm if I want to. Not going to. I'm an MMBA fan. I'm not a WNBA fan. I'm an MMBA fan. Yo. Don't get it twisted. I'm not a WNBA fan. But I am an MMBA fan. Alright, what's the low gonna be? Which flavor? I'll show you the matcha if you guys want to know what it is. It's really good. It's like it's a creamier. It's called Naoki. I can go get the bag. I like this. This is one I always get. I get it on Amazon, but I tried like probably 10 different matchas on Amazon to settle with this one. There's a lot of different types of matcha. And so a lot of people will try a matcha, and it just genuinely isn't a good, you know, blend. And they'll be like, matcha's trash. Well, yeah, matcha's trash because you drank a trash-ass matcha, bro. Like, you drank a matcha that probably tastes like fish. That's disgusting. I don't like any matcha that tastes like fish. If it tastes fishy, I'm not drinking it. Yeah, don't ask Zay about matcha because that dude just drinks it without anything. I think Thenix does that too. You guys need to get like... I don't know, man. It's concerning. If you drink matcha and it tastes like trash, chat, then you probably have a bad harvest. Bro, why can't we long immediately after the first 5-minute gap inversion, considering we're in a 4-hour? You can if you want less confirmation. It's just like I said, I'm not too rigid about the alignment. Like, I don't need a 15-minute flip. But I want more confirmation of this low than to just. We'll see how the structure gets put in through this. If we put in really nice structure through this, then maybe we'll play that. But it's more discretionary. I want to see, you know, what confirmation I want to see on each setup. I'm not too rigid about it. It's kind of hard to want to just play the 5-minute flip into these 15-minute civvies as well. Because you're effectively longing this 5-minute. Let me see if we flip over it. Are we flipped over that 15? Okay, we are. So then that's not as bad. Yeah, I don't mind this. I don't mind this 5-minute gap on ES actually. Now that we're over the 15, you could play something like that. If we had the 15-minute right above and we hadn't flipped, and we wouldn't have flipped over the 15, then it'd be tougher to play that 5. But I don't mind it. I would rather long ES anyway. There's no other 5-minute gap up here, so it would have to be this, unless you want to wait for this one, which is really not going to make a difference. Mods revoke his permissions. Your mods represent your style. Think about it, bro. You got to learn how to make a matcha. You're representing the brand. You can't be making no raw matcha, bro. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of an example that matches drinking matcha without any honey, without any sweetener, without any milk. Like, that's worse than black coffee. That's actually way worse than black coffee in my opinion. It's just gonna taste so bitter and nasty. I've never had coffee. What? Bro, what? I drink coffee or matcha every day. My body feels really good like that. So I don't eat in the morning, chat. I essentially intermittent fast until like 2 p.m. 2 or 3 p.m. and I just eat based off instinct. I've never been a breakfast guy. I feel like I'd just be forcing carbs and calories into my body. That's why for me, like when I'm in the gym and stuff, it's hard for me to bulk. So I don't want to eat breakfast. I don't like eating breakfast. I don't think my body is telling me. Ultimately, you should go off what your body feels is best, and you feel the best with the most energy, healthiest. I feel the best when I don't eat breakfast. I have caffeine in the morning or something like that because I enjoy drinking something in the morning. And then I just don't eat until like 2 or 3 p.m. and then I'll have a good meal. You wanna see what my girl made yesterday? It was fire. Right now I'm just waiting for a bounce to play along. This is what we had for dinner last night. It's fire. That's a go-to meal. A little bit of ribeye, eggs, and then avocado. That's healthy. That's good stuff. I heard some people. Yeah, I think that's true at you, but I do matcha on an empty stomach a lot. Sometimes coffee will mess me up. Like if I drink coffee on an empty stomach, I've gotten inflammation from it. So it kind of depends. It can. I think it can. Yeah. What does matcha taste like? If you get a good matcha, like the one I'm drinking is like creamy. I don't know how to explain it. Let me think. It tastes like creamy but earthy. Creamy and earthy is like how mine tastes. Like kind of, not in a bad way, in a good way. But there's certain matchas that taste very fishy, which I will never drink. Like, that's why I don't like ordering matcha at places, because a lot of times their matcha is low grade, culinary grade, which is not what you want. You want like ceremonial grade matcha that's really good harvest. I mean, we're just grinding lower. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just waiting for us to bounce. Once we put in structure over this and we bounce out the 4 hour, we can maybe long, but I don't know if we're gonna follow through knowing price through New York. It just doesn't follow through ever. But if we flip those gaps, could be interesting for long. So I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, and then I will be back, and then we'll talk. Hey, yo. We'll take out lows and bounce probably. London lows and bounce. This already took out lows. Oh, we might bounce now then. NQ took my low, yeah. London low for me got hit too on NQ. Let's see if we pop. Chat, is fantasy football season and just football season in general. I'm hype. I'm hype. Pop is looking a little sus. I think in general price is just sus. I don't know what we're trying to do. There's no way we go lower, you know what I mean? Like lower. We're not going to these lows. I bet you guys $100, you know what I mean? Like I'll literally put my career on the line. There's zero shot we come down to these lows. It's gonna retrace and bounce in here. It's gonna just consolidate in here. This is just retracement of the 4-hour lag. That's all this is. My internet just dropped. I don't know what just happened to my internet, but we're back. My internet just died for a second. Dun dun dun. Whatever. Dun dun dun. Doesn't matter. Bro, I'm tired of these markets for real. I'm not trading this civvy down. I'm good on that, mate. There hasn't been anything. There's literally been nothing. It's either we bounce off this low and we get a long in the session, or GG's. Yes, it's coming for its low right now. Yeah, the London low right here. You talking about London? Yeah. Low of week or London low? Because I don't think it goes for London low of week. No shot. And no shot we go for low week. Yeah, I agree, London, yeah. Let's see. These boring ass sessions, man. I'm not shorting into this internal. That's beginner stuff, man. That's beginner stuff. Okay, alright. Nice. Nice. Okay. Alright. Chad, what are these markets, bro? What was that? What did Trump say? Let's hear it. Financial juice. Immediately go to financial juice. What did he say? What was just said? Something was just said. That's the only way we get a candle like that. I mean, we just... SP 500. 17-point candle. NASDAQ. 70-point candle. Something was just said. Oh. Now hopefully long step in. Dude, what was that? That probably just set the low of this candle. Okay, Trump. All mines have been removed or detonated from Hormuz. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, we only move off news like that. That's literally the only thing that's going to cause something like that. I'm not shorting down here. I mean, he just said some bearish ass, and we still didn't even take out the lows. We're not taking out the low week. That's what just caused that. I mean, that would be bullish, wouldn't it? Why did we have that bearish ass reaction? You want low confirmation, you long right here. Low confirmation, long enough 1 minute gap. I'm not doing that. Your low confirmation entry would just literally be this. This is a crazy ass candle, bro. Then stop. That should be the low of the 4 hour candle. We should get a wick bid back up now. Zen. Let's see. I got stopped by that Trump candle, dude. That was ridiculous. It's always funny when those just randomly spawn and you know like Trump just said something. I just rush to financial juice. Anytime you see that, just rush to financial juice to see what it is. Everything's nasty. Everything is nasty. This is just retracement of that 4 hour internal and it's still nasty. There's 8 minutes on that. This should be the low though. That should be the low of this 4 hour candle. And this will buy back up now, or at least it should. I do not want to see this low go. It wouldn't make any sense to me for this low to go. This is just consolidation on the 4 hour. I mean, look at how nasty this is, man. Which is stronger in your opinion? What's been stronger the whole session? Before it was before ES was weaker, NQ was stronger. Right now, I say the same. I think NQ is stronger. Yeah, I think NQ is stronger. Let's see if we can get something. I don't know, chat. If it's gonna be anything, it's gonna be a long. Like, no troll. If we're gonna take anything, it's gonna be a long. We need proper confirmation though, because like I'm not just gonna take this 1 minute flip. If you want low confirmation and you want to just be one of those degenerates catching bottoms, you play that. Like if you want high R, you want to go something crazy, I'll long range into this. But I'm not gonna do that. That's not enough confirmation for me. But that'd be a 2.6 into this original consolidation. I'd probably take it up there. Like that's a solid move into that OC right here. That'd be a pretty solid move. See some structure get put in here. Ideally, we see a 15-minute gap flip. Change stay on the 1 minute. Yeah, you're probably gonna see a good 1 minute entry here. You guys want that? To me, the change state, I'd actually consider this. How I mark out OVs change state when I was, you know, implementing that a little bit. These consecutive down candles into the lows. That's the OB to me. Some people will take this, I think. How much experience you have? I've been trading for 7 years. Bounce off the lows. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do for long shot. We've been waiting all session for longs. Just waiting for this retracement to end. That was a nasty wick, but it should get your bid now. That should be bottom and low day. That should be low week right here. Low week, low day. We should see upside, assuming that this doesn't want to just consolidate. I would say that's what is the biggest hesitation. Isn't really draw, but just price's willingness to actually want to move all the way up again today. I don't know if it'll want to do that. If you want low confirmation reversal model entry, then you just play that flip right there. You'd be in right now. Something like that. It's about a 2.6 into the highs. Like a 7-point stop on ES. It's just really low confirmation. Like we're in the 15-minute Sibi. We haven't flipped any order flow yet. To me, there isn't a lot of structure for longs yet. It's pretty risky. That would be pretty risky. Chat, why do English people say nar? Nar. Why did they add an R to it, bro? Who's from England? Is there recession or eyesight? Recession or eyesight? Which one of you's from England? I know Rio is, right? From the UK? Nar. Nar, can't. Why do you guys add an R to it? I'm from NYC. Oh, my fault. Who's from England? I say you're from UK? No. I've never been to England. I mean, it is eyesight. Yeah, you're Rio's cousin, right? You guys are all from England? Do you say no? No? Or is that not an England accent? What accent is that? No. This flip just would have got cooked. That's why we wait for structure, chat. It's just actually, you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna make the move off open. It's gonna consolidate at these lows. That's what's gonna happen. Not English, sounds more Irish or Scottish. No. I'm watching Ted Lasso, that's what he says. Wait, I'm gonna look up the dude from Ted Lasso. Let's see what he is, the guy that says that. According to the show's lore, he was born in the UK. The guy that says that, no, don't go. Yo, this would have got cooked. This is why we wait for confirmation, chat. This would have got cooked. That's why we wait for structure, chat. That's why we don't just prematurely enter this 1 minute flip. It's not enough on a day like this. That's nuance. It's not enough. We're rejecting this 15-minute Sibi, by the way. That's honestly a clean signature on the lower time frame, but there's nothing to short to. I'm not shorting this. I'm good, bro. This is like, this keeps doing this every day. Where are we shorting this to? Because I'm not shorting this to low week. It's just gonna consolidate. Here we go. Bid back up. Ready? Bid back up. Consolidate. Every day. Wake right back up. The core math. London's cash forex session effectively opens at 8 a.m. London. For most of the year, London is 5 hours ahead of New York, so 8 a.m. London is 3 a.m. EST. How much of the year? Yeah, mate, if I'm honest, this tiny island has most accents and dialects in the world. Accent changes every 5 miles. No. You guys add an R to the word no. I wonder what American accents sound like. I probably have an accent. Where 2 a.m. comes from Frankfurt and other continental European markets open an hour earlier. 7 a.m. London. A lot of institutional Euro-related flow. I don't need Euro-related flow though. We're trading indices. Maybe for foreign exchange. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll just take 2. What are we doing, man? What has the session been? It's like we move, but we don't. That's the thing. Like, even in the sessions where we move, we don't. There's no opportunity. There's nothing to do. Like, I'm not shorting this 15-minute Sibi into nothingness. You're short. Where are you shorting this to? Like, to me, shorting this is just literally taking a signature in price. You're just taking the inversion. That's exactly what I'm talking about in the YouTube video today of what not to do when you're trading inversions. You're just shorting this to nowhere. Like, contextually from the top down, there's just nowhere to short to unless you really believe that this isn't low of the week, and I believe that's low of week. I'm FOMO shorting 100x leverage. Nice. I'm southeast England, just south of London. Adding of the R is southwest England. What? Oh, it is Scottish. That's what I thought. It sounds a little bit Scottish. That's crazy. That's interesting how much it differs. What up, Dennis? Yeah, that's crazy. No, it's not funny. My accent's trash. No. What's that video? What's the girl from that video? She's like, it's not funny. I've got school tomorrow. I've got school tomorrow. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's not funny. Got school tomorrow. She's got to be Scottish or something. But I see traders saying that after a certain time, your will stop working as a beginner thought makes you doubt yourself in the straight. It's kind of true. I mean, it's kind of true. The edge fades. Like, you can have an edge and it can fade. It really depends on what your edge is. It depends on how you adapt. It depends on your willingness to adapt to market environments, because the markets aren't going to stay still. You know what I mean? It's not going to always be the same. That's why you don't just get an edge and start making money and then it's all figured out. Like, the people that portray it that way, I know are cap and I know they're lerpers because it's not the truth. That's not. I just know what reality is. You know what I mean? Every day is a fight to maintain edge. Every day is a fight to adapt to the market. Like, we're seeing all through August right now, completely different markets than we saw through April, May. And for me, that means a lot more sitting and waiting, and it's boring, but I don't have a lot of edge in this type of price when we're just going to consolidate like this. And 90% of people also don't have edge in this price, but they just won't say that because they're trying to sell you shit. But that's real trading. Like, you have to know when to sit out. You have to adapt. If we go through another 6 months of chop, then I'm going to have to find a way to adapt to it and you know, acknowledge that that's the phase of price we're in more. But right now, it's just, we wait for a better price. It's not like you get edge and you get a strat and then it's all figured out. If that was the case, everyone would be good at trading. So it's really just a fight of adapting, journaling, making refinements. The markets are going to be different. You're going to go through a period of price where it's just pure, what the heck? Where it's just pure rip and you can just play these trend models and absolutely eat. And then you're going to go through periods of price where we just consolidate for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And you have to be able to trade both, and you have to be able to recognize and adapt to both. Otherwise, you're not going to maintain edge. So what they're saying is true to an extent. Like, you can have edge and lose it, and it dulls. Or like, if you're just like, if your edge is built on different things, like it's not built on market structure, it absolutely can fade. If it's built on like having a certain amount of liquidity, if it's built on speed, like there's different types of edges you can have, you know what I mean? You could get the fastest data in the world and be just like a couple ticks ahead of everyone and have a little edge in that, or someone probably had that at some point and then it goes away when everything else catches up. Or what's another edge? I can't think of the word right now. My mind's drawing a blank. Arbitrage. Like, you could do arbitrage and that could work for a little bit and then it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like data arbitrage. You could have an edge in arbitrage and then it just doesn't work for a little bit, or it just goes away completely. So it really just completely depends on what your edge is. But yeah, everything's going to be a fight to maintain edge and refine and adapt. Like, Harmony started as a pure trend model, and so I would purely trade trend, and I'd sit out of the chop. But then we'd go through periods of markets where we just consolidate way too much, and I'm sitting here doing nothing for days, and I was like, all right, I gotta refine, I gotta add some edge. And so I built out an edge that allows me to trade more consolidating markets, and now I trade that when price is, you know, offering it. And if it's just 5 minute, 1 minute chop like that, I just sit out. You know, if it's trading like this, I just don't want to be involved in this, because I'm not gonna go down to the 10-second, 30-second chart and try to trade that. Just sit out. And this is just consolidating at the lows. I think we need more structure on the 5. Yeah, for sure. I agree. We need structure at the long, but it's just going to consolidate at the lows because that's all New York does, is this trash every day. I don't want to sit here and watch this. I'm not gonna lie, chat. If we put in structure higher, then you can maybe play longs. I just really doubt the intention of price. I think we gotta wait. I think we might need to wait till tomorrow. This price is just sucking the life out of me. It makes moves down. I don't want to short into, you know, no man's land here. I'm not expecting this sell side to go, chat, so I'm not going to short targeting these lows because I expect that to be a protected low that holds on the week. That should be low of week in my opinion, assuming my bias is correct. And so in that like understanding, I wouldn't want to short down here, or, you know, to these areas. So I only want a long, but we make this move slow grind down, and then now we're just consolidating at lows. So there's no structure to long. So we're just like in no man's land waiting all the time because the price just does this every day. I doubt that this buys it all the way back up today also. It's not funny. I've got skill, tomato. I've got skill, tomato. It's not funny. I've got skill, tomato. Anything ending with Y, it's A. It's not funny. Shit's probably annoying, but. And then the Australian is perp. Perp. Bounce, 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 bounce. These markets suck, man. On the bus ass, yeah, for this cash, yeah. $20 is 20. 20. 20. 20. No. That's how Trader Kane sounds, bro. That's how Trader Kane sounds, bro. Fucking rubbish, mate. It's fucking rubbish. Fucking rubbish, mate. It's not funny. It's fucking rubbish. That's how they talk. I gotta stop swearing though. You're rubbish, mate. You fucking twat. You're fucking rubbish, mate. You fucking twat. That's literally how they talk. Alright, I gotta stop swearing now. No more swearing. No more swearing. But they swear a lot, so I had to. You know what I mean? I had to be in the role. That's literally how you guys talk, though. I don't know, chat. This might be good. This has been a dull month. New York just doesn't do anything. Every single day we just consolidate. I'm probably just gonna hop off, chat. I'm not really keen on looking at this the whole day. I think that we will bounce. I think that we'll catch this bid back up. And then we will play to the upside. Hopefully this low stays intact. But I don't really feel like looking at this chart for another 2 hours. Chat, if you guys are gonna get accounts, if you're gonna get any accounts, I highly recommend all the prop firms at the bottom of the screen. I personally trade with all of them. So if you want to show love, support me. I get a little bit of a affiliate kickback commission with the prop firms that I have listed below. So if you want to use code patiently, if you're getting accounts that directly supports the stream, I really appreciate it. So just use code patiently with Lucid, Tradeify, Blue Guardian, Hollow Prime, all great firms that I personally trade with. That's a great way of supporting the stream and just showing love back. You guys are probably going to get accounts anyway, so if you're getting them, use code patiently, man. Patiently. We've been very, very patient. Yeah, Hollow Prime's a newer firm. I like what they're doing. Hollow Prime is a newer firm. Blue Guardian has really competitive accounts. I wanted to ask, if I take prop firms, does it let us? Yeah, as long as you have trade of 8. As long as you have trade of 8, you can do that. You need trade of 8 integration into TradingView, and then you can execute prop within the TradingView. Like, that's what I do. I straight up execute on a master demo. So like trade of 8 demo, master on here, and then I just trade copy to a bunch of fundeds, my personal account, and so on and so forth through Tradecopia. But yeah, mate, it's not funny. Use code patiently. It's not rubbish. It's bloody gold, mate. I don't even know how, bro. My accent's trash, chat. My accent is trash. This is just consolidating at the lows every day. Every day. Use the code that the NASDAQ is printing. Is ES or NQ leading? Because for me to even want a long, you need structure. And I don't know if we're going to get it. I'll give it like a couple more minutes to see if we break this range. Unlikely. Our whole model is based on order flow. So do you think at some point... No, order flow will not stop working. It's fundamental. There's always going to be real market participants. There's always going to be, even with a market like chat, we've already seen high frequency trading algorithms and bots move into the market. There's always going to be real people trading the market. The market's always going to have the fundamentals that it has: retracement, expansion, order pairing of buy side and sell side liquidity, buy stops, sell stops, like bid and ask. It's always going to be that way. There's always going to be a candlestick. You know what I mean? There's always going to be data points and candlesticks to look at with order flow. If I was recommending prop, chat, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you guys because I love you guys. If I was gonna be all the way transparent, like 100 with prop, first firm I would max out is Lucid. First firm I would max out is Lucid, and then I would move on to the next, and then I would diversify. So get 5 fundeds with Lucid, start trading those, and then diversify, roll it into the next one, roll it into Tradeify, roll it into Blue Guardian, roll it into Hollow Prime. But first firm I would max out, because in my opinion they're just the GOAT of firms that are the best in the game right now, is Lucid. So if you get any Lucid, use code patiently, man. That's the best. In my opinion, that's the first firm you should be maxing out. They pay out in like 10 seconds, dog. Last time I took payout with them, it literally happened within a minute. Like they issued it within a minute. Not even. It's like instant payouts for them. You're only gonna get KYC rejected if you're doing sketchy stuff, guys. Like if you're using someone else's KYC because you're in a different country, then yeah, that's why it's KYC. That's why it's there. They're not gonna reject KYC if you're like, I've never had a single issue with KYC because I just signed up for accounts under myself. I'm from the US. But if you're doing weird stuff with KYC, like trading under, you know, your brother's, your mom's, whatever, someone you know's account and using them as KYC, then yeah, they're gonna crack down on that. That's what it's for. I've never ever had a KYC rejected because I've never, you know, it's just, I always just put my stuff in. I'm from the US. Never an issue. I would say you're better, like if you're from a country and then the firm doesn't allow your country chat, just don't go with that firm. Like you're better off just not using whatever firm it is if your country doesn't isn't allowed to trade it, than trying to finesse their KYC system. Because what you're gonna see is if you do that and you try to finesse their KYC system and you get through, then you're gonna hit payout and they're gonna see that, you know, this doesn't line up, and then they'll reject your payout. So don't give them that opportunity. Like don't try to finesse the KYC. Just use firms that you know you can trade with and use your own KYC and do it the legit way. I feel like a lot of people saying that KYC rejected, payout rejected, whatever, is people trying to finesse the KYC system. Local official cards are getting rejected. Only passports are passed. I don't know. I don't understand all the KYC system. All I know is I put my driver's license in. Every KYC system I've ever used for me has never been an issue. This is straight chop. This is a straight chop, chat. I'm hopping off. My brain hurts. My mind hurts. We'll run a give you tomorrow. I promise we'll do a duck race tomorrow. Duck race tomorrow, 110%. Guaranteed. You have my word. I don't feel like looking at the screens right now. I'm tired of this. This is consolidation. Every single day is the same. It's going to get better. Markets will improve. We're going to start printing again. For now, it's just sitting on hand. It's a lot of patience. That's why it's in the name. I'll rather stay out, stay sidelined, protect my capital, and then push risk when markets are better than go into drawdown in bad markets. So that being said, we will do duck race tomorrow. We will hopefully see a good buy up overnight or into tomorrow with structure, and then we can long tomorrow. But these markets are really slow, man. It's not much we can do to control that. You know, you can short and do whatever you want in here. That's not my edge. But we will run the duck race tomorrow, give you tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully we'll put in structure for longs. But looking at price right now, it's just going to consolidate these lows. I wouldn't want to short down here, and there's no structure to long, so you just wait, which is the theme lately. Lots of waiting. Really, really bad markets. But I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. We'll be live again tomorrow, 9:15, and we'll definitely do a duck race tomorrow. You have my word. You have my word. So y'all have a good one, man.